So this is my review for the Hilleberg Soulo. I have it since a few months, and I think now I can tell you a few more things that I did not know about it and that I actually very much like or not necessarily like. I'm not gonna go very technical into it. I'm not gonna go like on specific. This you can find on Hilleberg website, like how waterproof is that tent. This is a 4-season tent, winter tent. I mean, like, this you can find on the website. I'm just gonna tell like what I was looking for when I was looking for the tent. The point that I did not really find on website and on other review. The first things that I looked for was how easy it is to put up and put down. And yes, I could see that on the on video on YouTube, like how you have to put it up, put it down. It's super easy. Like I can say it now. It was a bit obvious that it was like, you know, like, yeah, maybe it's easy. No, it's super easy. You can do that by night. I was coming here, it's not like a prepared camp setup, and I did it by night myself without any problem. Why I bought that tent, other than the fact that it's a 4-season tent, is for one super important reason, and that is what is Hilleberg, the company, Swedish company, is making, and what was their basically concept at the beginning is when you have a double wall tent, usually the inner tent, you build up the inner tent first and the outer tent is put above it. Problem is, if it's raining while you build up your inner tent, this become wet, and then after you put that to protect, but this is already wet. So how they did design their tent is that the inner tent is attached to the outer tent and the pole are basically outside setup, and this is the greatest things ever. I had to set up, I think, 1 or twice my tent, and it was raining, and this is like, how much value do you give to that, to have like your inner tent not wet? Plus, if you had the footprint, then you add an extra layer of like insulation, and this, I mean, I'm sorry, but this is awesome. This is the main reason why I bought that tent, and this is like a perfect. Considering the space on that tent, you can fit 1 person. This is fine, you have enough space, but you can fit 2 person. I will not say on winter time when you have huge sleeping bag, but on summertime is fine, as long as you have like, as you are pretty thin, like I'm not fat, I don't think so at least. If you have 2 person like me, you can fit them inside without any problem. It's not the most comfortable, and you must be at least very, very good friend with that person, because you're gonna be near each other a lot. So you better not be in disagreement, because this is at beginning a 1-person tent. But it's possible. You can fit 2 slim person pretty easily, pretty comfortably. I did it several times, and it went very fine. One thing I didn't saw on any website was where the openings are, and first of all, here you have the way how to pull up the outer tent out of the way. There is a small clip here. You can basically open up there, and here you have a way to clip it. Over there you can open also. And then this part here, from inside you can open and leave only the mosquito net, which give you like a bit more breathability, and also you can see through, so it's nice. If you leave that open during the night and you know that there is no storm, then it's fine. The inner tent can be removed, so you can keep only the ground layer. The ground layer is sold separately, by the way. You can keep the ground layer, and you can just remove that place, and that gives you easy 2-person tent, 1 wall of course. Otherwise, I've used it by heavy wind and so on. You can feel very safe with that tent. One added thing that some people doesn't like, but I do like it very much, the reflective material that they made on the tent. So I choose the red one. Okay, obviously it's already pretty visible, but there is some place on the tent, like here on the back side, and also this is pretty this is pretty visible in red and white. When you are at night, from far you can light up your tent and you can immediately see where it is. And when you are in forest, this can be pretty easy. If you go to pick up wood and so on, and then you're like, okay, where's my tent, and go through with your flashlight, and it's like, poof, okay, there's my tent. And it's not that you will lose it anyway, because it's pretty obvious, but this is pretty faster. Other things that I really like about that tent, the pole of the tent are also pretty light. It's all made in very good quality. This is a thing that is like, that's why you put the price on it. If you will have to say that this tent is expensive, I would say yes, but it worth every krona or euro that you will put inside. And do like me, just buy it on occasion. Like if you buy that one, like for example, I bought that one in on the website called Blocket, which is in Sweden, for like second hand, and I got the basically previous version of that tent. It is not exactly the same. There is a few minor difference. For example, as far as I understood, in the new version, these things got replaced by something which is a bit more easy to grab. It's the same zip, but it's just that this got replaced by something easy to grab with glove. It's good, but for winter I will just put a rope so that I can just grab it also easily. But that's all. That's those kind of small detail. You know, there is one thing to understand with Hilleberg, is that they do tents that work. You know, when you have something that works, you don't need to change it. And this is what they have. They have a line of tents that work. This is the Soulo. This is a fully freestanding tent. I love it. I don't know how old is that tent actually. Maybe it was a few years old, and it's like operate like if it was new. It's that good. One thing that I can mention, this is pretty smart, I just remember now, is the guy line. Here you have, for example, one guy line is this system here to basically fast put the guy line. The guy line are attached to the tent, so you don't have to attach it to the tent, they will come out of the tent. But the cool thing is this system here to fasten the guy line. This one, and then you just pull it. Et voila. And this is guy line. You can put it a bit stronger, you can unpull it pretty easily, and you can put it back. So this is good when you are in a storm situation, when you are in a hurry, you're tired. This is the kind of simple thing that you really love at that time. And that tent is simple to build. If you were into the choice between the Acto, which is the non-freestanding tent of Hilleberg, which is a bit lighter, I don't know how many hundreds of grams it is lighter, but it's a few hundreds of grams, or the Soulo, then this is why I choose a freestanding tent. And if you don't know what means freestanding, is just the fact that if I do not guideline, like the tent will keep its form by itself just with the pole, even if I don't put the guideline or I don't pull the stakes in the floor. Okay, so that's the point. If you do not guideline the Acto will fall on itself, because that's how they are made. And the difference in weight is mostly because I have 3 pole in my tent, the Acto only have 1. So that kind of makes sense, isn't it? Why I choose the freestanding tent? Well, the first things, there is area where I can't really guideline that I wanted to be able to pitch a tent. For example, if I'm near a lake, you got those basically platform in wood. Try to guideline here. It is possible, but it's pretty complex. And if you're in the good weather, if you're in the summer, I did it several times, you just put your tents there and you can enjoy the lake. But if you don't have a freestanding tent, you will have problem because you will have to guideline it, and that can be a pain. It's possible, but mine is a bit more easy to set up. If there is a storm and so on, and one of my guideline is popping off, fine. I don't rely, let's say, on the ground to secure myself, but I rely on the pole of the tent. So with that one, I'm pretty sure it's gonna stand straight. Though it might move, obviously, because the wind can pass under the tent or this kind of things, but it's not gonna fall on me. So because of the structure, because you have 3 pole, I found it more secure. Then you have the point, like, it's kind of more easy to be lazy with it. I could just not put the guy line for the night if I know the weather will be good. There is a saying, always anchor for a storm, which is you always put the anchor in the boat even if there is a storm or not. It's true and you should do it, but to have the choice to not do it is also a great thing. Again, it's an expensive tent. It's very expensive, but it's worth all the penny you will put into it. As far as I know, this is a tent that's gonna last for like years and years and years. Set aside money for it because this is a great tent and you're not gonna regret it, and it's super lightweight for the comfort that it gives you. And another thing, it's super easy to break down. To show you, I'm gonna even try to do it with one hand. Okay? With one hand, I'm gonna try to break down this tent. So now let's see. Okay. So first of all, I verify I forgot nothing inside. Good. Okay. Now this is the stack, the sack. This is the overall sack. This is the pole sack, and this is the sack. So one thing which is good also, just that you know, is that inside there is one piece of pole. So if you break one pole, you have a way to repair it inside. Just that you know, that's included inside. So voila. Okay, let's close the tent. Here we got it's actually pretty smart things here on how you fix it. When I say one-handed, is not the most easy. This is the ventilation part. Okay. There we go. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna remove that. The fact that they put this rope, this small rope, is make it easy to get out without any tool, without really forcing. You just get it out. In case of storm, you will want to always keep your tent guy line, but for now there is no storm. You will keep the tent guy line and put up at least on the floor. Yep. I'm just gonna keep it clean a bit. Voilà. Good. So put that inside that one. Okay, next we got that one. So we just do like that. We need to add that one. Now I usually throw the guy line inside. I don't know if that's a good idea or not, but that's working for me. There we go. And then I start with the side tent. That's the side one, you can see it on the color coding thread. That's the one that go on the side. Next one. Okay, then all that you put in the bag. Next, there we go. Then take the side, put that one inside. Inside also. I want to have about the same larger than that one. And then et voila. So that's all. That's how you pack your Hilleberg Soulo. That's actually pretty fast. And then I attach that in the back of my backpack. In total, I don't know how many kilo is that, maybe 2-3 kilo almost 3 kilo, because I added also the footprint. So I added maybe 200-300 grams just with the footprint, because on a heavier material. If you enjoyed this video, just give a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. And if you enjoy hiking videos, like if you want to discover a bit like Sweden and the other country that I visit, then you can just check out my video. I always put in the link where did I go exactly, and I try to explain how did I go there, so that it's accessible for everybody. Okay, so with a bit of courage, with a bit of like preparation, you can go wherever you want. Okay, ciao ciao.